some of those drinks can be, for some, can have a deleterious effect. And so you got to be very, very careful what you're doing. If you want to boost your energy, there are good ways to do that. And I know at least one energy drink that is supported by clinical trials. So its safety and efficacy is pretty good compared to what's out there in that space. So we'll talk with Brian Aliciano today about Celsius. We'll continue our conversation with that we started last week. And, we'll generally deal with this issue of energy as we go along. And there he is. And by the way, we're streaming Brian. There you are, man. You're on TV, brother. Brian, now we have the ability to stream the guest into the show. So if you're watching the show on your handheld device, whatever the piece of electronic equipment you're using, you'll see Brian. Let's talk nutrition, Health Talk Radio for the 21st century.
At Country
Celsius, Live Fit. It's a fitness drink. It falls into this category. It's a huge, it has grown like nobody's business in the natural product space and in the general mass market. These energy drinks, some of them are pretty dangerous. People are doing crazy stuff with these drinks. I won't mention any particular brand, but mixing certain energy drinks with alcohol, and yeah, it's crazy. Left to their own devices, humans will do all sorts of things to make themselves feel better. Brian Aliciano is my guest. He knows a thing or two about that. He works for Celsius. He was a first-time guest last week, no longer. So now we can really rough him up, Gary. I know.
I got so many questions from the gym this morning. So
good, very good. That's excellent. This can fit into the theme of fatigue, and there is all sorts of health issues surrounding this issue of fatigue. So we're going to talk about how you can boost and sustain your energy levels in a safe, effective, healthy way, and Celsius can be part of that effort. Brian, welcome back to the show. It's good to it's good to see you. We're streaming, Brian. You're the second human to do the third. You're the third.
Rufino was our first.
Yes, and you're the second, really the second sponsor to do it. So there you go. Where are you today?
I'm at the home office in Boynton Beach, Florida.
Oh, great. Very good.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you, man. How's everything going?
Yeah, thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
What's that shirt say? There you go, man. You're a walking billboard.
Celsius, baby.
There it is. Yeah.
I'm a 3X, by the way. Hint, hint.
3X. Only a 2X.
You're a 2X. Gary's a 3X, so I don't know. His garment, his shirt, they said if we went camping, we could use it as a tent.
A backup tent.
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about backup? That would be the tent.
With performers inside of it.
we would take a few cans of Celsius. We'd be in business. I just wonder how many cans of one sort of energy drink or another were consumed on Super Bowl Sunday. I wonder. You probably didn't think about it that way, but I'll bet more than a few. People getting amped, wanting to be amped, and all that. How do you all, as a company, you're competing against brands that have been around a while, and there is some negative press that swirls around these energy drinks. How do you all deal with that? And I know how you deal with it. I'm asking so you can share with the listener and the viewer.
Right.
This is a way of me getting you to talk about how you all approach this in your mission.
Right. Well, for the viewers who didn't see the first time, my rookie show, I got to say, anyone who didn't see that, what really separates us from the rest of the crowd is being a fitness drink. So what is a fitness drink? Well, by positioning ourselves as a fitness drink, it really plays off the fact that we are clinically proven to accelerate metabolism, burn body fat, and provide clean energy. So you talk about energy drinks, and there is, to your point, there's a million of them out there. There's some that you don't even see on the shelves because they haven't even made it there, and they're just selling them online. I know people that own pyramid schemes that they so happen to have a canned energy drink. They don't even know what's in it, but they're out there selling it as a quote-unquote distributor on a pyramid scheme.
Wow.
So by positioning ourselves as a fitness drink, it really, again, separates us from the rest of the crowd and go more towards that clinically proven, cleaner path, and something that people can trust.
Yeah, it's the complaint, as I was telling you and John McCullough the last time you were here, it's now a syndrome, TATT, tired all the time syndrome. It's an actual syndrome with a constellation of features. I'll get into that a little later. But it's such a common complaint. And there are any number of reasons why people their energy levels are low. As a product, what is contained in the can? When you have the hand in the can, what's in that can?
You like that?
I do like
you
that.
like the can in here?
I do.
Ring to it. Yeah. Yeah, so the bread and butter of the entire formula is a proprietary blend that we call Meta Plus blend. And that Meta Plus blend, along with the full can, was what was clinically proven through 6 university trials. And what the findings of the clinically proven trials is that in one can, you burn 100 calories just basically by doing nothing. So if you were to drink this product throughout the day, you're not only burning 100 calories, but then if you add that to your exercise routine or any physical activity, you're going to go for a walk, you're going to go for a run, you're going to go to the gym, you obviously accelerate that even more. So that's where the whole spin-off on the fitness side of this came about. And when you talk about burning calories, I mean, who doesn't want to burn a couple calories? So there's nothing else like it right now in the market. There's nothing else, like I said before, clinically proven. So the clinically proven point really plays home and separates us again from the rest of the crowd, not only in sports nutrition, in a sports nutrition gym cooler, but also into the energy category.
Yeah, if we get a chance, I'll have Gary go to the Celsius website. You can download the studies. I'm there now. I have one download. It was published in the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition, entitled Metabolic Responses to the Acute Ingestion of 2 Commercially Available Carbonated Beverages, a pilot study. And there were 5 others. So there is clinical support for what Brian is talking about today. So if you're looking to boost your energy in a safe, effective way and make it part, of your fitness program, go Celsius.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
I just want to apologize to everybody. Our Facebook feed is down this morning.
It's all right.
So you're not getting the live video on the Facebook feed, but you can get it on letstalknutrition.com, and you can get it on our YouTube channel, which is Let's Talk Nutrition. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and it'll give you notifications when we're on there anyway. So,
in the scheme of things, the earth will not open. One of the most frequent complaints people make about their state of well-being or health, excuse me, is that they don't have enough energy. It's a legitimate complaint. Sometimes falls on deaf ears. People don't believe them. In fact, the complaint of feeling tired has become so prevalent that experts have created the acronym TATT, tired all the time. So if you're tired all the time, then you might want to pay particular attention to Brian Aliciano this morning on Let's Talk Nutrition. Brian, welcome back. I like the idea, the company Celsius, I'm at the website, and they posted the actual, thank you for doing that because it saves me time. I wish everybody would do that. You put the actual articles there, the studies, published in, referee journals and whatnot. I am so impressed. You have no idea how impressed I am by that. Let me be candid. Many of the products in the energy drink space are crap. Okay? They're crap.
Right.
And they're dangerous. And you guys really are a standalone, man. You're exceptional. And that's a competitive space. And people buy that stuff. They buy the junk. You know that. They'll buy it. If they get the effect, they don't care what the consequences are. With Celsius, you don't have to worry about that. Right? You tell them.
Right. I think one of the things, too, that you just kind of touched on me there for a minute when you're talking about space. If you look at space overall, we're all used to going into a convenience store, right? And I remember walking into a convenience store 5 years ago, and energy really wasn't even a door. It was maybe in a separate cooler off to the side. Now you walk in, you see 2, 3 full doors of energy, and the sales are now starting to decline. And the reason for that is I think people are getting more educated. They're understanding that maybe this isn't the right thing for me to drink. So some of the people that we deal with in the convenience store world are now coming to us and other companies saying, we need something that's more of a healthy for you section. So they're trying to carve out more of a healthy for you section that still maybe can contain energy or protein or whatever, something along the sports nutrition side of things, that steers a little bit away from your traditional energy market.
Yes.
And I think that's where we're really going to win, because people, they're just not buying it anymore. The sales are declining. They're happy if they get a positive 1 point return. That's not what we're after. So when you're looking at small numbers like that, I think we can really win, and just by education.
Well, that's what happened with me this morning. Because I had mine with me, my pomegranate.
He's got the heat.
I got the heat, the blueberry pomegranate, and that's what you left me. Right. And I was in the gym this morning, and I'm side by side comparison to another energy drink that is owned by a huge corporation.
Yeah, don't mention any names.
31 grams of carbohydrates in that energy drink. Okay. This one has 2.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Let's go to St. Petersburg, Florida. Joe, welcome to the show. You had a question.
Yeah, Doc. I have actually 2 questions. One is, when will it be available, if it will be available, in a powder form?
What makes you think it's not, man?
Well, because I just picked up some, and it was in the cooler section, in the refrigerator.
Well, given that you're so pushy, we you tell him, Brian. You break the news to him.
Brian, tell me, Brian. I want to know, Brian.
We have great news for you. We actually have it in a powder form already.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes, we do.
Do you have any other requests?
Oh, they didn't tell me that at the health store.
Well, you didn't call me, brother.
I should have. And my second question on this one is, if you're going to do a workout, how much time should you drink it before you do a workout?
Good question.
That was my question. That's what I was going to ask.
All right, you redeemed yourself. You don't have to hang up the phone. Go ahead, Brian. Tell them.
That is a good one. Typically what we would say is 15, 20 minutes prior to activity or any sort of exercise. I think everyone's different. Me personally, it hits me a lot quicker, especially the heat. So I drink it literally on the way to the gym. So if you're going to drive to the gym, I grab it in my house, I jump in my car, and I go to the gym. And then by the time I'm there, I'm feeling good. I usually warm up 5 to 10 minutes on the treadmill, so that's typically when I'm finishing it. And then when I start getting after it on the weights, that's when I'm already done, and then I would resort to water.
Tell Joe a little bit more about the powdered form and the flavors and whatnot. Sure. We were just messing with. He's a regular guest, and I'm very fond of Joe. He's a wonderful man. We were just messing with him.
Thank you, Doc.
I love it. Well, thank you for calling in. I appreciate the question. To start this conversation up, but we do have the powder form. And as we mentioned on the first call that we had, or the first time that I was on, we have 2 forms of Celsius. One is what we call our original slim can, so that was the white can, if you will. And then we have the heat product, which is a little bit more for the pre-workout goer, the gym goer, which is more caffeine added additionally for workout performance.
And it's called heat.
The original line,
it's called heat, Joe, and that's a liquid.
I'm actually drinking one right now.
All right, Brian's holding it up if you're watching. And the other thing, too, if the can has a black top on it, that means it's carbonated. If it's a silver top, it's non-carbonated. But the powder,
I like the non-carbonated.
Okay.
Yeah.
The powdered form, if my memory serves me, comes in 2 flavors. Brian?
Yeah, so the powder, what I was getting at, the powder equals 1 can of our original formula. So you're still going to burn the 100 calories by 1 stick pack. So 1 stick pack equals 1 can. And the 2 flavors come in is the orange and then the berry. Okay. Right now.
And if you want to, Joe, you can take 2 stick packs, orange and berry, mix them together. How about that?
It's. I was going to say it's funny. You burn 100 calories within 3 hours. Another competitor is 120 calories that you're consuming.
Right.
I mean,
so
talk about going backwards.
This particular product, Joseph, their proprietary blend. When you look on the can, they'll tell you what's there, but they don't tell you how much because it's proprietary. They don't want to give away the secret. The fellas talked about it last time they were on. It does create a thermogenic effect. You get this burning. Calories are energy. They create heat. They are a measure of energy and heat, and energy in the form of heat. So appropriately named, the one product that they have is called heat. That's the one that's a little bit more amplified. Yes, good questions this morning, Joseph. You're a good guy. We love you, brother.
The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Energy. Energy, technically, is the capacity to do work. Think about that. In chemistry, you learn that, and in physics. And what's interesting about energy, a little sidebar here for our edification, it can neither be created nor destroyed, but can only be transformed from one form to another form. That's the first law of thermodynamics, by the way. All the biologic work performed by the body is powered by the transfer of chemical energy. So when you're drinking a Celsius drink, the chemicals, the chemical compounds, the ingredients in the can get transformed into energy in your body. Now, that's just a little. Body doesn't create energy. It technically it doesn't. It transforms it from one form to another. The sun, photosynthesis, plants is where the primary source here.
You're ruining the Matrix movie, Doc. You know that, right?
Is that what I'm doing? And then, of course, then you have nuclear energy and so on. But I don't want to get too far into the weeds. So, in order for your body to perform any of its metabolic or mechanical work, it has to extract the chemical energy from the nutrients that you're consuming, like that are contained in Celsius, and transfer it into a form of chemical energy that it can use. So that's just a little sidebar. Brian, welcome back. You can wake up now if I put you to sleep on that one.
Didn't he, Brian? He just ruined the Matrix.
We had a question from a listener. She messaged us, sent us a message on Facebook. She wanted to know if any of the Celsius drinks, fitness drinks, are without caffeine. I asked you that last week, but go ahead and answer it again.
Right. Currently, we do not. That seems to be a request by a lot of people, which is pretty funny. But, I don't think we're going to go down that path as of right now. To have our formula the way that it is, all the scientific studies are with caffeine, so we have to stick with the clinically proven side of things. And as I also mentioned last time, any product that we make from here on out, the new Celsius C logo that was created last January is going to be associated with clinically proven. So if we were to come out with something else, it has to be clinically proven. In some way, some form, some fashion, some study. It has to be all clinically proven.
And if you go to Celsius.com, they provide access to the actual studies, the journal article. It's there. You can read it to your heart's content. I looked at all 6 of them, and they provide that information, those findings from the data they collected in their studies. And I don't know if there's another energy drink out there that has 6 clinical trials, brother. Do you know of one?
I don't think so.
No.
I haven't heard any marketing message like that.
Okay, so I looked it up this morning, and I've been looking. I found the one that is 120 calories. I can't get over that. It's 120 calories as a diet energy drink. How can you have a?
But it's in that particular product. That's per serving, and the Celsius you have far less. What do you sweeten it with?
Well, we have 2 versions. So for all the supernatural people out there, the weeds and seeds, like I like to call them, that's great if you like that approach. But our main line and heat are sweetened with sucralose. Okay, so it's Splenda, which in sports nutrition world, which is where I came from, and where we have great success already. That is predominantly the sweetener that is used across all the lines. Now, we also have a natural formula we call our natural version, and right now it's in Fresh Market, Sprouts, other natural retailers, and that's sweetened with stevia. So we have stevia formula, same clinically proven formula. The only difference is it's sweetened with stevia.
I can tell you this. If you put that naturally sweetened form in the gyms, in the machines, it'll go out the door too. I can tell you that.
We have it. We
Yeah.
have it.
Do you?
Yeah, so we've done some trials with it already, where we have the original formula and then the natural side by side, and we've had great success with it. When we call out the stevia part, so we have to make sure that we're really calling out that it's sweetened with stevia.
Yeah, you message it, you highlight it, right? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
right. Our fitness consumer seems to really like the sucralose.
Yeah, I know people like it, and so you offer both. 877-897-8255. Talking with Brian Aliciano. How's John doing?
He's doing great.
Yeah,
doing great.
Did he make his way back to San Diego?
He did, and I'm meeting him. What are we meeting him? Wednesday, Thursday, out in San Francisco. We have a couple of meetings out there. So
one of my favorite places, man. I love San Francisco.
I have a question. You guys are getting ready to go to the Arnold, right?
We are, yeah.
What Gary's referring to is, you tell him, Brian, what the Arnold is.
Yeah, so it's the Arnold Classic Expo, and it's always the same time of year. It's the first weekend of March. It's a 3-day consumer expo, so anyone can come to it. It's not just a trade show, and it's really where all the big manufacturers in sports nutrition debut their products, their new product, their innovation, or just highlight the brand overall. Depends on however they want to do it. But
so go ahead,
we'll
Gary.
Be there for the first time.
You'll be. Oh, this will be your first visit there.
Our first, Arnold, yes, for Celsius. It'll be our first booth. We'll have a pretty big booth there.
Good.
We'll be talking about heat and our new flavors of heat, and then still debuting our original line.
But my question is since you're going to be at the Arnold, if you're in competition, will this pass all the drug testing? Because I have a question from our friend who's a professional bodybuilder, and she asks.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I see in it. There's nothing illegal that's in the product.
No, it should. No, there won't be any. There are no compounds in there that'll disrupt hormones and cause some sort of imbalance. Right. Or no, it should be fine.
Yeah,
yeah. A lot of coaches actually that I know that coach competitors that compete in bodybuilding shows, or especially the female crowd, figure, bikini, whatever the class is. The coaches love Celsius because it is zero down the board for them. And also we have a cola flavor of the original line, so anyone who competes knows that they're not allowed to have Diet Cola, you're not allowed to have any sort of snack. Your diet is pretty bland. You're basically eating chicken and broccoli every single meal. So when you can have a little treat of Celsius that's a cola flavor, they think in their mind that they're actually having a real cola.
Psychologically, it's a boost.
People love it that compete.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Give our best to everybody at Celsius. Tell John when you see him that we send our regards and enjoy having you on. Celsius.com. Visit their website. Take a look at their studies. Read more about the product. You'll find it in fine health stores throughout the United States and those that are trying to be fine and trying to have a little bit more energy. Put the can.
Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure. Put the can in your hand. That would be Celsius.
Feeling tired after your meal?
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. Paul Schulich is my guest in this portion of the show. Always a pleasure to have him on. Master herbalist. He's been in the business so long. I suspect that up there in Brattleboro, they must have a monument erected to that guy. I don't know. He's been around so long. Yeah, we think a lot of him, and he'll be on shortly. We'll bring him along. I'm going to involve him in a conversation. We got a interesting call. I'm going to go right to it. It's in Bolivar, Missouri. Pat, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to have you on today.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm having some concerns about my daughter.
Yeah, you have. That's what That's what Stephen, my producer, was telling me. I understand that she was infected. She has Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Yes, she does, and it's affecting some of her other organs. Of course, it's her heart, her kidneys. She has an enlarged aorta.
Yeah. When was she diagnosed?
Pardon me?
When was she diagnosed with it?
It's been about 2 years ago.
Yeah. Do you recall, or if you know, did they treat her with antibiotics?
Yes, she's had several rounds of antibiotics.
And what kind of success did they have?
Short term, nothing much really.
Mm-hmm. This, of course, there's a lot of information on this particular condition. Is one about a dozen spotted fever illnesses that are found in the Americas, as it's reported, Europe, Asia, and Australia. They're all caused by bacteria belonging to, I won't even get into the technical part of it, but they're all caused by a bacteria. It was first described in the Snake River Valley region of Idaho in 1896. And hence it's called Rocky Mountain spotted fever. It's really common in the South Atlantic and South Central parts of the U.S. So what is her state now? I mean, what is her general condition right now?
Well, fatigue mainly. She has shortness of breath, heart palpitations, general weakness.
Mm-hmm. Did the doctors what was their prognosis? What have the doctors said, if you know?
Well, they said that they've really done everything they can do with the antibiotics, that's all there is. And I just can't accept it.
Mm-hmm. Has she tried any other sorts of treatments?
No. She
has not. This is very complicated and very difficult. When the medical profession, when it says this is all we can do, believe you me, if they have anything in the arsenal, they'll use it. You'll find there are some natural therapies that are discussed. Everything from homeopathic type of therapies on. I just wonder if my guest knows a thing or two about this. I don't know. I have a thought or two, but I wanted to bring him on. Paul Schulich. Paul, welcome to the show. I'll introduce you more properly in a moment, but I know you were listening to the call. Are you familiar with this infection? I
am not, Michael. It is but I am familiar with tick-borne conditions. In our region, we are deeply affected by Lyme disease, and so I've done quite a bit of study on that, and I've actually treated or helped my daughter who was infected relatively recently, and so I have some comments. I don't know if the organism is similar between Lyme, but that's something that during perhaps one of the breaks I could do a little bit of homework.
What did you do for your daughter?
We went through the conventional treatment of using an antibiotic round, and the more study, and again, there's a huge amount of evidence on supporting the use of antibiotics with the treatment of particularly with Lyme disease. The issue is that the infection is usually not fully, or many scientists believe the infection is not fully dealt with by the use of the antibiotics, and there's either residual infection or a weakened immune system. So what I would advise the listeners, doctors, to investigate is if, first of all, they need to do more study in nutrition. As you know so well, Michael, most of the doctors only have a few hours of education in nutrition at their medical schools. So if they could get a little bit more study, they would understand that the immune system can be significantly supported, and particularly probiotics are of critical value after someone is going through a full round of depleting antibiotics while they have been infected with a disease organism like that causes Rocky Mountain spotted fever. So the person that goes through that clearly needs nutritional support, and particularly a probiotic effect, which could help potentially counter the type of sequelae that occur as a result of an infection like this.
Does New Chapter make a probiotic?
No, but we are working on one currently, and there's two products. I'm sure you have done a lot of study on this, Michael. There's a medical food probiotic that I recommended for my daughter, VSL number 3. I recommended Culturelle, which is one of the most well-researched probiotics. And I also recommended Align, which is a product that is also number 1 recommended by gastroenterologists. So any one or all of those 3 were what I gave my daughter when she was infected with Lyme.
Can we go through that list again? What was the first one, and if you could spell it?
It's V as in Victory, S as in Sam, L as in Long, number 3. If you do a Medline search, you'll see it has been approved by the Food and Drug Administration as a medical food for the treatment of ulcerative colitis.
Okay.
Now, this isn't obviously a condition of ulcerative colitis that we're addressing, but clearly there is a profound disruption of the microbiome in this woman's daughter after she has been infected.
Yeah.
If you go on, you can see the rash that's created. I'm just multitasking here. Rocky Mountain spotted fever. I'm looking at a picture of the arm.
It is formidable.
Quite profound.
It is. What was the second probiotic you mentioned?
The second one is Culturelle. It's Lactobacillus GG. It's one of the. They claim to have over 1,000 studies on their box, and I've been aware of this strain of friendly bacteria for 10, 15 years now, and it's extremely effective. And the last is Align, ALIGN, and so clearly the microbiome is one of the best ways to help the body immune system respond to the type of assault.
What do you think about? Did you consider with your daughter? Did you consider inflammation and, for example, like something like Zyflamen to moderate some of the inflammation?
Absolutely. She has been taking Zyflamen on a regular basis, and we increased the amount so that her body's healthy inflammation response could be supported.
And then you have a curcumin product. Curcumin would also help moderate inflammation too, wouldn't it?
Thank you. Well, curcumin's contained in Zyflamen in the turmeric extract, and then I also have my daughter using Turmeric Force, which is just a turmeric, combined extracts of turmeric, which research that was actually published at the MD Anderson Cancer Center demonstrated that it actually is a very effective modulator of some of the key drivers of inflammation.
We'll be right back, Paul. We'll be right back. Don't hang up, Pat.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilo Max, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Paul Schulich is my guest in this portion of the show. Took a call right at the top of the show from Pat in Bolivar, Missouri. Missouri or Missouri? And Pat, I'm going to get back to you. I don't know if you took notes, but everything is archived on letstalknutrition.com, so you can go back and listen to this. But Paul mentioned 3 probiotic products that he likes. The VLSL number 3, and then cultural, which is a strain of lactobacillus, and then Align. Also, Zyflamen, which is made by New Chapter, and you have to inform your doctors about all of these things too. But Zyflamen would help fight inflammation, and then their turmeric force. Ironically, this morning, I swear to you, I opened a new box. I had never tried the turmeric force from New Chapter, and this morning I included it in my protocol, and I took two capsules with me, and so I've started taking that product for inflammation. So the probiotics would be intended to help boost the immune system, and then the Zyflamen and the turmeric force to moderate inflammation. And then I was reading that some, in boosting the immune system, will do mushrooms like shiitake, reishi, and whatnot. You have a mushroom product at New Chapter, don't you, Paul?
Yes, we do, Michael. We have a number of them actually, and the one that I take every day is the immune health formulation, and that makes a significant difference, I believe, in my daily response to. Seems like I'm always feeling strong, and I think that the mushroom intake that I have on a daily basis is partly responsible. It's called Life Shield Immune Support. I also use the Mind Force, which is another blend of mushrooms, which includes lion's mane, which is now more and more research is demonstrating it supports healthy mental functioning. So,
what's the name of the product?
Life Shield Mind Force.
Okay.
Those are the two mushroom products that I recommend.
Life Shield Immune, and Life Shield Mind Force are the two products. Does that help any, Pat? I mean, giving you three strategies here. One, probiotics to boost the immune system. Then to moderate inflammation, Zyflamen and turmeric force from New Chapter. And then also to help with the immune system, doing mushroom extracts. There are two products, Life Shield Immune and Life Shield Mind Force. So again, all that we just said, I know is a little technical and complicated, but the shows are archived, and you can go back and listen or watch. Did you find this helpful?
Very helpful.
All right. It's worth.
I'd like to add quickly that my daughter raises shiitake mushrooms and lion's mane mushrooms.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, very good. And she should be consuming that till it comes out of her ears.
I will tell her.
Yeah,
Okay.
you tell her that. And I wish her the best. And thank you for your call. And, let us know how she's coming along. Will you do that for us, please?
I will. Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure.
I have another question on something different.
And that
you
is?
don't have another caller waiting.
Okay, if you can hold that for a minute, and let me, if you can just sit tight, and I'll get back to you. Paul, so welcome to the show. Sorry to throw you into the pit like that so quickly.
This is what we're all here for, Michael, to help each other.
Yeah. I this morning, yesterday, I stopped by a vitamin discount center store here in Tampa Bay, and I bought the turmeric force and I included it into my product. I opened the box this morning and put it in my little plastic bag and started taking it. I'm so impressed, and I'm also doing your black seed product, the curcumin black seed combination, golden black seed, whatever it's called.
Yes.
I'm doing that every day too. I like that product a lot.
The golden black seed was the other product I was thinking of suggesting to Pat, Michael, because black seed is also a valuable herb to support immune function. So that's the thousands of years of research on that are impressive. And the other point, as you now know, when you study our label on turmeric force, there are extracts in there that most people are not getting when they take a conventional turmeric product. Ours contains a supercritical extract at more than twice the amount of any other product that's on the market, and that extract, we believe, it makes it not only a unique product, but also a particularly efficacious product.
Yeah, so she can include that, the golden black seed. I'm doing 2 capsules of that a day. I've been doing some research on Nigella sativa and its relationship to cancer and the immune system, and the research is impressive with that compound. I think we told you the last time you were on, Gary and I plan to attend the breakfast on Saturday in California next month, where you will be, for a new chapter, where you'll be giving a talk, I'm sure, and we'll be there for that Saturday morning session, by the way.
Oh, I will look forward to that. That's great, Michael. That makes it even more thrilling to make it worthwhile to fly 3,000 miles to come out to see you.
Well, thank you. You're too kind, man. Look, I'm looking forward to seeing you, and we're going to come back. We're heading to some messages, and we'll take Pat's second question. And I have your booking form here in front of me. We didn't even get to what you really wanted to talk about today yet. You have in your notes to me that you wanted to chat a little bit about heart health and the omega and the blood pressure take care. As people know, cardiovascular disease, coronary heart disease in particular, is the leading cause of death in the United States, has been for decades. Some dated around 1921. It moved into that first spot, and it's very protective, I guess, of that spot. It doesn't want to give it up. We'll be back. Let's talk nutrition coast to coast worldwide.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast and worldwide. Glad that you could stop by. We're so glad to be here with you. Paul Schulich is my guest. And, my only regret with him is I don't get him on often enough and long enough. I could have him on once a week and we could really smoke it. It's always good to have you on, Paul. Pat had another question. Pat, welcome back. I know you suffer from fibromyalgia. Paul knows a thing or two about that. There are, traditional therapies for fibromyalgia. There are also natural approaches and recommendations. I'll let Paul share with you some of his thoughts about that.
Great.
Hi, Pat. So, fibromyalgia is a condition that, as you know, is that the doctors really are wrestling with how to treat this condition because it's affecting more and more people, and clearly there is an immune component, and the body is in a state of hyperreactivity. From an herbalist perspective, we would obviously look at the lifestyle, the diet, the exercise levels, with the mood, the mind. Traditional Chinese medicine would look at it from a energetic perspective. That there would be there's certain groups of exercises called Qigong, Qigong, and I would absolutely explore doing some Qigong. Have you heard of Reiki?
Yes.
Pat?
Yes.
So rather than Reiki's wonderful, and many hospitals are now embracing it as a treatment or as a suggestion for people with fibromyalgia. And it works because someone else's energy, whether you believe in that or not, it's a bioelectric field that affects your body. And so if you have fibromyalgia, there's areas of the body which are inflamed and uncomfortable. And when you're with somebody who's doing Reiki for you, they're sending their energy into and helping your body move where there is inflamed energy. Now, the beauty of the traditional Chinese medical practice with acupuncture and Qigong is you can actually do it to yourself. And so what I would invite you to do, Pat, is to look at some of the YouTubes and see which appeals to you. There's one Qigong master or teacher that I like. His name is Lee Holden. And I would look him up under fibromyalgia and Qigong and see what he would have to suggest. From an herbal perspective, I've just recently become aware when I saw an article on the best and most popular or the most best-selling drug in the world right now is Humira. And it's used for the treatment of rheumatic conditions, rheumatoid arthritis, and other autoimmune types conditions. For individuals that are wrestling with fibromyalgia, they're clearly wrestling with a pro-inflammatory condition. And as we were talking, one of the best ways to work with inflammation is obviously through diet and following an anti-inflammatory diet, and as well as the exercise that I mentioned, mind, meditation, and then herbs like ginger and turmeric have been shown to influence a key driver of inflammation called TNF-alpha. Humira is the #1 drug in the world. Remicade is number 2 or 3 of the popular drugs in the world. Enbrel is another drug. Those drugs all modulate TNF-alpha. They do it with a fairly high degree of specificity, but they're also potentially quite problematic in terms of side effects. To my knowledge, in the 5,000 or 6,000 years of recorded history of ginger and turmeric, I'm not aware of a single case of an individual having any type of a fatal reaction, whereas there's a black box warning on Humira. So I would be really, really advising. There was also a study in Srivastava at Odense University where he showed that just taking a half a teaspoon of ginger a day with people who had rheumatoid arthritis, that there was a 70+% improvement, marked improvement in their inflammatory condition. So simple herbs like turmeric and ginger and lifestyle modifications can make and I know Michael's a huge advocate of a plant-based diet, and I highly support that type of effort.
You have a product at New Chapter. Doesn't it combine? I know you have a ginger product. Do you have a ginger and turmeric combined or no yet?
Well, that would be enzyflamend with 8 other herbs.
Right.
And that's the best-selling and most popular herbal product that New Chapter has made in its last 30 years.
I cannot emphasize, I cannot praise enough, I cannot laud it enough, whatever, about Zyflamend. I took 4 this morning. That is my go-to everyday product. It's like a multiple herbal product. There's 10 herbs in that product. I've used it for years. It has never failed me. I'm a fan. So let me summarize what Paul said. He said a lot.
May I have a spelling of that, please, first?
Okay. Okay. So, again, I know he covered a lot of territory. This show is archived at letstalknutrition.com. He talked about Reiki therapy. He talked about Ganj therapy. Lee Holden is somebody associated with that therapy. He talked about ginger and turmeric being good and helpful. So those are some. By the way, the other things that he talked about as well, the turmeric force, the golden black seed wouldn't hurt either, I suppose, in your case. So there's a lot of choices here. Again, there's. You have to go back.
May I have a spelling, please, for enzyflamend or Zyflamend?
What was that? I'm sorry. I'll spell it for you. Go ahead, Paul. Spell it for
you. You go, Michael.
It's Zyflamend. Zyflamend. Zyflamend.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for your call, and I wish you the best and good luck, Pat. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. Paul, I'm so grateful that you answered those questions for her. Listen, and I don't need to tell you, I know this is a health talk show. This is a show about life. And listening to that woman's voice, you don't have to have a PhD in communication to figure out that she's struggling. And she's concerned about her daughter. She's got her own health issues. I could hear it. You could hear it as well. You were very kind to do that and unselfish to do it. And I appreciate that. I know you wanted to talk about heart health. We will in the last segment. But I'm grateful for you for doing that. And I'm sure that she is too. So thank you so much for doing that, Paul.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, we'll be back. You're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. As I said, it's a health talk show that is a talk show about life. And we feel it is a privilege to be able to come on and talk about these matters. And I know there are many of you that have these kinds of questions. Don't hesitate to call.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
the mic wasn't on for that. Here's the LTN Now question of the day. Jeez, I got a bad mouth off air. What is the leading cause of death? What is the leading cause of death in the United States? Is it A, heart disease, or B, cancer? What's the leading cause of death in the United States? Heart disease or cancer? Make it easy for you today. Two choices. Guess. If you don't know, you got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Here's the number to win.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. Or anywhere in the sound of my voice, it's 813-636-8255. We are live, so call in.
Absolutely. You'll win a $25 supplement gift card to Vitamin Discount Center. Paul, so here's a hint for the callers. What Paul's going to talk about might clue you into what the answer is. What do you have to say about heart disease that's foremost in the forefront of your mind?
I'd say there's two things, Michael. One is that we need to always pay attention to the number one contributor to heart disease, which is the diet that we're eating, which also contributes directly and indirectly to our stress levels, or what we perceive of as our stress levels. And the diet, there's so much talk about omega-3, but people are thinking that they're taking in their supplements that they're they call it fish oil supplements, but they're not really fish oil. What they are is just two molecules from fish that are farm fish products. And research has just been published showing that it doesn't really work. So what I would recommend is if someone's going to eat fatty fish like sardines, for example, that might be an opportunity to help support heart health, and then obviously to work with blood pressure, which apparently by the time that we're 55 years old, about 90% of us will be hypertensive. And if that's the case, if that statistic should hold true for you, there are dietary recommendations, and I also recommend grapeseed, there's been a number of clinical trials which have shown that grapeseed has a supportive effect for healthy blood pressure. So herbs and diet and lifestyle all play a critical role in healthy blood pressure. And diet, as far as eating flaxseed and other walnuts and other omega-3 seeds and nuts, can make a dramatic difference in one's cardiovascular health.
There's a product at New Chapter called Omega, right, Paul?
Yes, and unlike almost all other so-called fish oil supplements, it really is a wild Alaskan salmon oil supplement. It is not a single fish that's killed for this product. It's produced from the trim, the heads and tails of wild Alaskan salmon that are farmed sustainably in Alaska, and that oil is equivalent to what the World Health Organization suggests is a healthy level of omega-3s to get in your diet, and that's what we supply at New Chapter.
It's called Omega, W-H-O-L-E, Omega, M-E-G-A, Omega. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Sal, what's the leading cause of death in cancer what's the leading cause of death in the United States? Cancer or heart disease?
It is definitely cancer.
Cancer? No, it's not. I'm sorry, but don't let that deter you from ever calling me again now.
All right. Well,
okay.
I appreciate it. Thanks,
all right.
sir.
Thank you. Let's go to Tampa again. Peter, what's the leading cause of death in the United States?
That would be heart disease.
It is heart disease. Cardiovascular disease is they use that term, but it really represents a constellation of diseases and disorders associated with the cardiovascular system, in particular the heart and the arteries. But coronary artery disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S. Congratulations, you won a $25 supplement gift card.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for listening.
Thank you very much.
Oh, our pleasure. A lot of people do think cancer is the leading cause of death in the U.S., but it's heart disease, Paul.
Yeah, you know what it is, Michael? So I think the cancer is so we fear cancer more because it's something that we don't understand. But heart disease is really, it's almost like terrorism. We're terrified by terrorism, but when we look at a disease like diabetes, It's just, which of course contributes to cardiovascular disease and also contributes to one's likelihood of cancer. It's just the visual appearance of cancer and what we think of it is much scarier to us.
You know why, too, Paul? In my own experience with it over this past year plus now, cancer strips people of their dignity. It causes them to lose their appearance of health. It causes them to take on a very sickly look, and people witness that. They see it. And then they see the pain and suffering associated with it, and it scares the devil out of them. It's frightening. It's an insidious disease. It's unmerciful. It's undiscriminating, unmerciful, unrelenting. It doesn't care who you are, what you think you are. It doesn't care. And you're right. People fear it. Heart disease, not so much.
Well, what's amazing is also cancer is just a part of our body's normal physiology. Or it's like you take sorry about that. You just look at the physiology, and cancer is always there in our cells. It's just a question of our immune system being strong enough. And again, it's just a matter, as you know so intimately, of understanding the disease condition. So if you understand heart disease, you understand that, and cancer to a significant extent, these are conditions that we have more control over than we might imagine.
Than we otherwise might think. And I'll underscore one thing, too, and Paul alluded to it. The S word, stress. Make no mistake about it. I can tell you all the science and all the studies. I can list them. I can entertain you for hours on that. I'm just telling you, manage the stress. Stress is a killer, and it inspires all sorts of conditions. And one of the things that it does is it undermines your immune system. It makes you immunosuppressed, and you're compromised, and you become a sitting target, especially as you move deeper into the lifespan. We'll talk about that on another day. Paul, thank you so much for answering Pat's 2 questions. I always learn something when you're on this show, and I say that every time. And I'm grateful for your contribution to the show. I'm grateful for your friendship and for you being a colleague. Thanks, and we love you.
And Michael, I love you and can't wait to see you in California.
You bet. Let's talk nutrition, where your health is your wealth.